is in .NET?
No, this is developed with JavaScript.
Java, okay.
Yeah, JavaScript. So this is an agenda for the users. They can log out their notes and events, etc. As I mentioned, this is for all the users. And at the time of event, we can push some reminders, SMS, also email checks. This is also available. This is for all the users. Then we have a news tab here. So what do we have here? The HR. When the HR department is creating any news or any announcement which needs to be seen by other users, so they will be all seeing here. For example, opening of a clinic or a department, etc. All the news will be available here.
Latest announcements.
Exactly. Latest announcement from the authorized user. Usually it's the HR department or the management of the hospital. Then we have here a task management option. So this screen is basically for the task which is given by your superior, your manager, for example. If you have any pending task, all pending tasks will be visible here with the notes, with the attachments, photos, videos, or documents, so that you can complete this task. Or as a manager or authorized person, you can create any task. For example, you can give a task to a financial department saying that this should be done, or to a nurse. You can easily create the task by this option. Then
so
we have messages.
it is some sort of queue management?
No, this is not queue management. This is
no, that's our internal task.
Yes, for internal task, yes, the task is created here. When you create a task and you assign it to a certain user or a group of users, the notification instantly goes to those users, so that when they log in the system, they see that they have a pending task to complete.
Okay.
Then we have here a message option. If any message is sent to you, you will be able to see the details here. Also, you can create any new message or any, you can attach documents. We are supporting all files here, any documents, anything. It can be attached through this here. As I mentioned, you can send it to a single user or a group of users. For example, all the nurses, all the cashiers, or all the nephrology physicians. So when you select a group of users, all the users will be listed here. So whatever you are sending, it will be directly sent to them.
So for this, any special license is required for these services?
No, this is our only
Microsoft.
this is our own developed
okay.
system.
Okay, internal
system, internal. Then we have here a web chat option. This is like quick message, only text, like WhatsApp or Microsoft Facebook Messenger. So you can add any user from here, from this list, and you can easily communicate with that person through text chat only. A notification will be sent to the user instantly also. Here we have a refresh option, and on the left hand side we have the date, language also here. By the way, when you change the language to Arabic, the system changed the language, but also the layout. As you can see, now it's from the other side, from right to left. Not only the language, but also the layout is
layout of the
yeah, it's also changing. So now on the left hand side we have the menu layout option. Whenever I click here, as you can see, there is a tree form which is opening here. I have like the office modules, personal tracking modules, front office, electronic medical record modules, like finance modules, business intelligence modules. Now, one important thing, why do I see all the modules here? Because my user is an admin user, so the admin has access to all the modules, as you can see on this module chart. But a single simple user, for example, a nurse or a doctor, when he connects, on this left hand side, only related given modules will be listed.
User based. Yeah,
exactly, user based, like we discussed. Only these will be visible. And the first one is for the shortcuts. You can see them here, but also, as you can see, there are some shortcuts here which are created. These shortcuts can be activated and deactivated very easily. There is a star button here. If you inactivate this, as you can see, it's gone now. So to create a shortcut also, it's very easy. Now these are already created shortcuts that I created before. For example, what do we have? We have a registration screen. So this registration screen will be used by the reception users. Okay, this is the most used screen in the reception side when the patients are coming as a walk-in. This screen will be used. So what do we have on this screen? We have, for example, the first one is a patient search box here. So whenever you click here, the users are able to search an existing patient by different type of filter criteria. The first, for example, they can write the name. Okay, if you write the name, automatically the patient will be appearing here, or you can directly type the ID number of the patient, or the phone number also, it's possible. So this is a smart query criteria, which you will be able to search the patient. But
yeah,
beside that,
how we have to protect to create a duplicate record here?
yeah, this is a good question.
This is the main problems in all the health centers, all the facilities, because
Exactly.
what you said, Qatar ID, it is not mandatory. We cannot not make mandatory because maybe patient is a visitor. Second, mobile number. Mobile number may change frequently. Name, maybe the first name, second name, middle name, last name, their style is different from event to event. My name is Muhammad Amir, but as per passport, they are not accepting 2 names, they are accepting father name, 4 name, at least 3 names. So they add my father name also, Muhammad Amir, Muhammad Idris. Sometimes they are writing Muhammad Idris. So first name and last name. So second time, if the patient is coming, they register, they have to find with the Amir, AMIR. They will not find. ID not yet issued. Mobile number may be changed. So there are chances not chances. There are many patients who have duplicate records because of these things. So what it will be protect from your system?
We are providing different solutions for that. First of all, we are providing a first unique identifier. Is the ID number. This is the first unique identifier.
That is if there is a new patient, there is another identifier. So this will not work. This will not work.
So the unique identifier is that all patients coming to the facility, should provide their ID number. If they do not have any ID number, then they should provide their passport number. Okay, we have the option for, especially this is for foreign patients or non-resident patients. If they do not have any ID, we are taking their passport numbers. So this is also one of the unique identifiers. And thirdly, a mobile phone number also is one of the unique identifiers that we are providing in the system. And beside that, we are providing, of course, a medical record number. This is generated when the patient comes to the hospital for the first time. The system automatically generates a medical record number, which is a unique number given to this patient.
What about the biometrics, Tushan? Is it allowed in Qatar, Mr. Amir?
Yes.
So that can be a solution.
Yeah, that can be a solution. And second thing is, if there is a combination, because see, this is a real, and it is not like imagination. This is a real issue. Patient is coming to our center 3 years before. He was a visitor. So we register with the passport and the mobile, right? After 3 years, he is a resident. So once he show to the reception, he show his ID card. Whereas this ID number is not registered before because he was having passport. So in our center, either of this is mandatory. So second time mandatory, he show the ID, which is not there in the database. Then second thing is date of birth. The third thing is mobile number. If any combination, it will work with a name, it will be helpful. just as a
Mhm.
suggestion, because if they write, if they start filling the number with the name, with the any of these fields with the date of birth, if it is, system has to prompt and show that maybe this is the duplicate. See what happened. Suppose this is a newborn, just born. The child, they don't have mobile, they don't have passport, they don't have ID, they don't have even name, they don't have MRN. What you explained just now. Patient came and they registered with the mother or with the father mobile with their ID or something. After 1 month, after 2 months, patient is coming again to different reception. And by that time they have passport, they have ID. So they show the ID,
Mhm.
but ID will not find there in the database. Mobile, they didn't. This is just because otherwise chances is there to create a duplicate record. Once there is a
Exactly.
duplicate MRN, not MRN, there are same patient with 2 MRN. So the demography will be there registered in both. Somebody check, some visit, they select 1. Somebody from another visit, they select 2. So there are 2. And then doctor has to be given the complaint. Last time I have written my SOAP notes, but I didn't find because it is there in another MRN.
Yeah, exactly.
So it will be a lifetime problem for that patient.
Exactly, and we are tackling it in 2 ways. Okay, first of all, we do everything possible to avoid duplications. First, I will explain you quickly this, and then we have another solution for merging the cards. This I will explain also.
And that is there. That is
in
merging
the
is
second
another. This
So-
once we find it is duplicate, then we can merge.
Exactly. So first of all, when the patient arrives to hospital, we do everything possible to enter all kind of information, as you mentioned, such as, like, as you can see here, even father name, mother name, father name, place of birth, date of birth. So all these information should be
But
entered.
this is a free
Okay?
text. But this is a free text.
Yeah, father name, mother
Yeah.
name, of course, free text.
Free
Yeah,
text.
free text.
So
Yes.
my mother name is Shafiq. So somebody is
Yeah.
writing SHAFIK. Somebody is
Mhm.
writing SHAFIQ, FEEQ, FEEK. So
That is why you need to try when the patient comes 3 years later. Here we have an option of detailed search. You should try different options to find the patient. Here on the left hand side, we are providing all these query criteria for the user to be able to find this patient. Even here we have a date option. If the patient remembers which date or which time period he came to the hospital, even with that query criteria, for example, he said, okay, I came to your hospital on January 1st, 2020 or 23. If you enter that date, system will provide you the list of the patients who came on that date. But after selecting the date, if you know the date of birth of the patient, you can also enter that. So the query criteria will be narrowed, okay? It will be less and less patient on your list. If you know, for example, the place of birth, if you know the father name, mother name, okay, if you don't know, you can enter what kind of information you know. You can try to find the patient here. As you can see, you can also the application by application date. You can filter your criteria from 10 of October to 20 of October, so that it will show you the patients between these dates. So as you can see, there are more than 15 different query criteria here. Even you can select, the department. So your query criteria will be really, really low. And I'm sure with even lesser information, you will be able to find this patient through this list, because we are providing a lot of, even with address, patient intimacy, like referral number. You said, okay, you don't have mobile number, but you can do other searches as well. So you will be able to find the patient here. And
okay. Just I have given my this one. So it will be because the main problem they're in the duplicate records, and they are in. And so many patients are in queue, so they cannot take that much time to find a patient or register a patient or handle a patient. because there is a queue of the patients. Suppose all are coming together, 5, 6 patients. So this is the problem. They don't have time. They don't have if there is a search criteria, but if they have time, they can search it if the patient is there or not. But the problem is they don't have time to search, and they have to search correctly. This is our issue.
As I mentioned, Mr. Amir, that if you are allowing the fingerprints or the iris print, okay, we can easily merge that
easy.
device to the system. So it's a doable.
Yeah, but it is possible to handle that device.
Yes,
Yes,
it
yes.
can be.
If you have the fingerprint device, we can capture it easily.
Okay, or in I think 90% cases, if the person is having their ID, so if there is any ID reader, means they have to enter. It is available in the market. If we enter the ID, it has to take the information and it has to search the information based on that information. So
exactly. Whenever
there is a barcode also there. If they search the barcode, if existing patient, it will immediately it will be retrieved.
Yes, exactly. We are providing here the option of label. This is for the barcode. Whenever the patient is registered to any of the departments, if you have, for example, Zebra barcode devices, the system is generating a barcode. With this barcode, wherever the patient goes, by reading the barcode, any user can directly retrieve the information of this patient by reading the barcode only.
Okay.
Yes. For this, I suggest you to adopt, like, there are Zebra devices for the barcode, also for the barcode readers, especially on pharmacy and laboratory.
Yes, it is required.
Yes, it's very useful. So they don't need to lose time. They can directly read the barcode.
Yeah.
Yes. So on this screen, basically, after you find your patient, what do we have here? We can see the visit history of the patient here. For example, here for this specific patient, we have previous visits here. Okay, these are the list of previous visits and which department this patient has visited. You can see here the date, August of 16, June, he was in emergency, then ENT previously. So you can see all these previous visits by this screen. And on the right hand side, for the new department registry, we have here the list of departments. You can see here the list. So this list will be, of course, updated as per your department availability in your hospital. Here for this environment, you can see which departments the system has here. So you can directly do the check-in of the patient very easily by just double clicking and clicking save. The patient will be registered to the
left
new
side.
department.
What it is? Left side. What it is? This is 22, 20, 14. These are the number of patients.
These are the number. No, these are the number of. These are visit numbers. Okay.
Visit number means sequence.
Yeah,
22 patient, 20 patient.
No. These are unique numbers given to this specific visit of the patient. Okay, these are specific numbers for these visits. These are sequences. So they can search the patient by visit also. When they come, like beside of the MRN, we are also providing visit number and also a number called protocol number. So these are unique identifiers specific for the visits.
Okay.
Here we have, the triage information. Since it's an emergency, you have the red. This is selected by the nurse as immediately. You can see the details also here. There are other images here. As you can see, this is for institution change, result, print barcode. Option is also available here for the barcode. Print barcode is also available. Now let me take you through this again. Here we have an option of cash, insurance, or corporate. As you know, in the hospitals, there are 3 types of patient. There is a self-payment patient, which is cash or credit card. There is an insurance patient, and there is another patient for corporates. Corporates are usually, the institutions that you have a special contract between. It can be another hospital, another doctor, or another football club, or anything. So it will be selected here. If you select cash, then it will be a cash patient, and everything will be according to the cash. But if you select insurance, this system is going to provide you, the list of insurance companies available in the insurance master, in the policy master. You can select, one of them, and the system will apply the prices and the patient share and everything as per the entered information and the rules in the insurance master. So as a receptionist, the receptionist will only enter the related information, related insurance company. He or she will only select from the drop-down list. And here we have the member number and insurance policy number, which will be retrieved from the patient when he presents his insurance card or insurance information. So by entering this information, we are doing eligibility checks.
Yes.
So basically, yes, when you are not sure of the patient or you want to check if they are really covered or not, after entering the member number, here we have the provision of making a query to the insurance company, and then when the information is coming, you can see here the result of your eligibility checks. Here for this patient, you can see that the eligibility is rejected. You can see the details here. There is also a denial code here, which is eligibility 001. These denial codes directly retrieved also from the insurance company. You can see the file number. You can see other information available here. You can see if there is any comment sent by the insurance company, they will be auto-populated here. As you can see here, this comment is sent by the insurance company to the portal. They have provided an information like this. It's a text information. I think these are their default message. But you can see here easily the response to your eligibility request. You can understand if the patient is really covered or not from this specific insurance company and third-party payer.
And we can appeal if it is rejected?
For the eligibility, you can request again. This is only for eligibility. For the authorization and pre-authorizations, you can, appeal, and you can, you can change other information. But this is only for eligibility. A simple check only, just to see.
Initially, they have to see the eligibility. Yes.
Exactly. The receptionist is usually doing it.
Even here in QLM also integration, they are only for the checking the eligibility and the appeal. That's it. They are not online full integration till now.
Yes, I think they are still developing as far as I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it will be ready by April or something. Yeah.
Yes, I think so. But this eligibility check available with QLM also in Qatar. So this is working like this same way. This is important to check, if the patients are really covered. Because
important.
Yes. Because if they are not covered, then the hospital, will be paying this. Then we are providing, patient documents here. This option is also important. When the patient comes with already existing documents, we are providing the ability to, upload these documents through this screen by scanning or, by uploading from the desktop directly. So all the documents, patient documents, will be visible here. This is useful usually for, referral patients. When they come with existing documents, you can attach them here, so the documents can be visible to other users also, doctors or nurses, so they can check the related documents through this screen. Here we do provide different options. If you would like to work, with print cards, if you want to, for example, provide to your registered patient a digital health card, you can also provided as do we provide options to, you know, print out like a digital plastic card, or also a treatment or consent forms also available here like this in this form. Of course, these are configurable for your facility. If you require also, this is also possible. This is patient identification card. Yes, like this. If you have a patient card printer, a plastic card printer, you can print it. You know, you can put also a background. So patient, when he or she comes next time, they can directly provide to you their card, so that it will be, you know, very easy for you to find. Then, as I mentioned, we have the label option, provision option, and etc. So in terms of registration, it is done through this screen. Let me show you as another screen for cashier. The cashiers are using, just to give you a heads up of the screen. So in this screen, the cashiers are, you know, collecting the information, the money of for the patients. So what do we have here is that we have the patient. It's already selected, but the patients will be listed here. They are able basically to collect, you know, the money as a direct collection or as an advance payment. Also, they can enter. This is important for IPD patients. You know, they are paying sometimes in advance.
Even physiotherapy session, sometimes they have 6 sessions, so they are paying advance on the first
exactly.
visit.
For example, they want to pay 20,000 riyal. You can enter this advance payment here, and when there is a bill, you can deduct this amount from the advance payment amount by clicking here also. So the amounts will be deducted from the advance payment of the patient. There is a collection from advance payment and advance payment refund for the patient, of course, if there is any outstanding amount for the patient. When you select collection type, here we have different type of payment: cash, credit card. When you select credit card, of course, the credit card and bank options are available here. Then we have check option. For the check, you have also the check number and check options. Then you have money order for the online payments. If the patient is a staff of the hospital, then you can select the salary of the personnel so that it will deduct from the salary of the person, because it is directly linked with our payroll module. You can mention here will be paid by. If it will, you can select the staff from here, so it will deduct from his salary whatever amount which will be entered. So we have also this option.
Okay.
Now let me show you if there is any receipt. I want to show you the sample of receipt that we have, if I find some. Okay, there are some collections and receipts. Let us open this one, for example. When you click print, system is basically printing out and receipt very easily and quick. As you can see, the response time is very easy for the reports and to be generated. You can see here, this is an example of a receipt. Of course, as I said, it's configurable for each facility. You have here the list of charges. This is for an initial visit for the ENT examination. There's a fee of 200 dirham for this patient.
So you have a different report server? You have a different report server or something, so that load will not be there on the main application?
The response time for the reports is very quick. I mean, less than.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking
seconds.
this. If it is, suppose data is less, if data is like million records, then maybe slow. So what strategy you have? You have the report server is a different server where the data is there and only the reports is generating from that server. So the workload will not be there on the application. Is it this one or from the same one server, one database, it is generating the report?
Yes, we are using a cluster, structure with rack. We are using two different application server, so that if one is down, the other can continue. So we are
It's a
using high availability.
High availability.
Exactly. So we are using high availability structure. So if one is down, the other one can continue, so that the actions and transactions will not be affected. So we have high availability structure already in place, that we can provide it to you as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't mention for the reports, we have our own report designer. Here we have a report design option. This is our own designer. So any admin of the hospital can change, the report, the layouts, as you can see, very easily.
It's a report builder.
Yes, report builder. This is our own report builder.
Report builder.
So yes.
So they can add their logos. They can add their own brands, fully customized, right?
And
Exactly.
color combination they can also change, because there
Anything,
one is the global, one is the user based, which you show at the beginning.
Exactly. So what you have here, you have basically these are headers, logos, which are defined in the logo module. So the user is able to select here the logo. So anything you see on the report is configurable and customizable. Text, logo, any field. So you don't need to contact us. For example, if you want to change a small thing, you want to add, for example, additional field here. Easily your admin can click and change the font, change the color. As you can see here, the color, the size, bold, italic, or highlighted. Other features also available here. So anything.
So Dushan, we are speaking about a full training for the system admins once this is done, right?
Exactly. What we will do
that will be there. Yeah, because this need the full training when it will be. Yeah.
Of course, we will train your IT teams on how to design reports, but of course, at the implementation period, you will give us, for example, your sample report. We will implement it already in the system.
Sure.
So this is the heads up of the cashier screen. As I mentioned, different options are available here. The cashiers have access to this screen from their end, and it's very easy to do the collections on one screen.
I will explain you that the patient flow here. Patient is reaching to the reception for the registration or for the walk-in, and they are the one who act as a cashier also, because they have to charge at that point the consultation charges if it is cash payment. So they are acting as they are just open the screen, registration screen, and immediately they have to charge the consultation charges, whatever it is set up in the system. And then patient, after this registration, it will open to the nurse. Nurse escort the patient, and then they do the vital and the progressive note and chief complaint and whatever it is. Then they will, once they complete the process, it will open to the doctor. So doctor know who are the patient, they are in the waiting list based on the first in, first out. They have to call the patient. They have to do the DX services order, given the orders, medication, referral, internal referral or external referral if it is any, and then patient is going to the concerned, like if suppose labs or lab reception. Again, the lab receptionist, they are acting as the receptionist from cashier. They have to see how many tests are there. If it is a cash payment or self-pay, they have to charge. Then workflow is start for the lab, similarly for the radiology, similarly for the pharmacy. After that, patient is going out. This is the simplest process we have. Suppose
Yes,
suppose the receptionist is the dental receptionist, so they are taking the consultation charges. Patient is going back to the doctor, and doctor do some procedure. Then patient coming out to the reception. They know what process, how much they have to charge. Again, they have to take another bill for this procedure, and then patient has to pay. So this is the process here with the because there is no designated cashier. Receptionist is a cashier. Okay, there is one head cashier there who is tuning with all the receptionists who are working as a cashier. At the end of the day, they have to collect and they have to submit to the finance. And finance, they know in the system wise how much is receivable. So they have to match and they have to deposit the money in the bank as a treasurer.
Exactly. So we have the same flow. That is why on the receptionist screen, we have given the option to directly collect the money from the PayDesk option. This workflow is mostly used also for clinics and also small size hospitals. Reception is also the cashier, as you said. So on this receptionist screen, we have the PayDesk option. When you click here, you have the cashier screen, which will allow you to collect the amount for the same patient. As you said here, the PayDesk and cashier desk will be configured as per your working flow in your hospital. As you said, if everything is collected from your main cashier desk, then here will be main PayDesk. Or if you are using, I don't know, a lab cash desk, also we can define also here a lab pay cash desk. But I think you are collecting from the main PayDesk everything, so it will be only main PayDesk here. So everything will be collected from here. So whenever anything is ordered, the patient will go to the reception and pay, and then avail the services.
Okay.
Yes. So let me show you some medical screens also.
Yeah, just quickly you have to, because
Sure.
Sorry. So
Sure.
just quickly, because I want to just feel how it looks like.
No problem. Let me first show you the OPD nursing screen. How does it look, and what are the features? So this is an OPD nursing screen. Let me try to find quickly a patient here.
No, the thing is, she will not find a patient. System has to tell them that this patient is waiting for you. How that it?
Yes. It is like this. Now I did not register any patient, so that's
just
why,
register, and I want to see that how that it will reach into the, because it is a paperless. So everybody should be notified that these are the patients who are in the waiting list.
Exactly. So when the nurse is going to open the screen, already registered patients will be auto-populated here. As you see now, it's empty because there is no registered patient.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
no need to register. Just I want to see that.
Yeah, it will be auto-populated here. All the patients which are paid, as you can see also, there's a paid box here also. Even nurses will be able to see if they paid or not. Okay, you can see here the paid checkbox is already checked. The patients will be listed here automatically. There is also an automatic refresh on this screen every 2 to 3 seconds. This list is
okay. If patient is not paid. If patient is not paid, what action for the nurses? I think there is no action for the nurse.
So there is no action. It will just mention here, it will be unchecked, as an unpaid. So here, as per your hospital policy, we can put in place some actions. If you tell us, okay, you know what, we don't want the system to be like to start the treatment if they still did not pay, then we will put a restriction here that the patient should first pay and then start availing the services. But if you are saying, okay, we just want a pop-up or explanation or a checkbox like this, that okay, if he paid or not, then it can be also like this possible. This is only depending on your hospital policy and how you want it to be done.
Yeah, because mostly the VVIP patients are there. So sometimes they are not asking for the payment because Their secretaries are coming and then they are paying. So it is not related with the payment, basically.
Yes,
So
exactly.
this is the requirement here.
Mhm. No problem. As I said, this can be as per your hospital policy, but this is the main flow for the hospitals also. So in the first screen, we have, like, as you can see, like the vitals and everything is available here. You know, the nurses will be available to enter some vitals, or they will retrieve it directly from, you know, the patient, from the patient application if the patients are remote, or you know, they can also track the patient previous vitals like this on this screen, temperature, pulse, BP, respiration, and everything. Yeah, and also if they are working with vitals, you know, the devices. If the devices have the capability, you know, we can directly also retrieve from the devices to the system instantly if the devices are integrated also. Then there are allergy information. This allergy information then will be visible on this blue bar, okay, for the patient to alert the physician on the allergy. Then there are the pain scores here. These are the pain scales of the patient. There is an option for nurse note to the physician. Then here we have option for the, you know, tracking the patient orders for the nurses. There is a vaccination calendar for the nurses, you know, to create the vaccination calendar and to see the details of the vaccination. There is observation information. This is only applicable for emergency patients, you know, to track their emergency information. Then for the nurses, there is a test result monitoring screen. Authorized nurses are able to check the, you know, the radiology or lab results of these of the patients. Then there is a procedure record. This is for deducting consumables easily. If there is any consumable used for this patient, the nurses will directly can deduct it from here, like gas gloves or like any consumable which is used. They will enter it here, and it will be directly, instantly appear on patient account, patient balance. This one also for specific consumables. They can deduct from the pharmacy department or from, you know, any other department also. Here they can see the patient medical history. As you can see, these are the history entered by the physician for the previous visit. Here we have the option to print out this patient summary. Let us see it also quickly. So I have clicked on patient summary. As you can see, very quickly, system is generating a PDF report, you know, with patient visit information, medical information, includes patient information. Then there is complaints history, diagnosis. If there is any consumable or lab result, anything related to this visit of the patient will be available in this report.
Okay, is there any comparative report? It's comparative like patient has given the blood test 5 times. They have to see what is the comparative testing results. Suppose CBC, what before, then second time, then third, so that it will be easy for the doctor to decide something.
Exactly. For this, on our test results screen, we are able to compare the actual and previous results for the same test. Now for this station, there are single tests and there are no results. But for comparing, actually, you know, we can drag and drop this here. So if the patient has a blood culture test, for example, many, like more than one, a graph will be auto-populated here. So the doctor will be able to see all the previous results, the actual results in a graph format, like in Vitals. So it will be available on this screen. And also they will be able to print this from this screen. There is a result button here. So they will be able to easily print this up in a PDF format as well. Yes, and then we have medication history. The patient might come to the hospital with already taking existing medications. So the nurse will enter these already existing medical history through this screen by entering the medication name, and this information will be available to the physician screen on OPD physician module. And up here we have different forms. We have some patient SMS delivery. So what is this? This is basically the nurses can set up here reminders, you know, for patients. So any reminder or any message will be pushed to the patient registered mobile phone through here. This is an option that we are giving only to authorized users also. Then there's an appointment query screen for nurses to check the appointments and appointment screens of any patient. We will be all listed in this screen. As you can see, there is one appointment now. Then we have other forms, nurse procedure and other like Glasgow scoring form, transfusion, like patient training. This is also important for nurses. Incident report, incident reporting form, injection application plan, food request, glucometry result entry, patient treatment consent form, other request options also available here. So this is basically an OPD nursing form. Now quickly I want to take you also to physician screen, an OPD doctor module. Okay, outpatient module. So basically this is the doctor dashboard. Okay, here basically the waiting patients will automatically be listed on this screen with the patients which are already you know came for this day for you know treatments and or anything. Let me now search patient and show you how the list is looking. Let me find the patient. Okay, let me quickly check one patient. Let's find the patient. Okay. Okay, let me show you through this environment. Okay, let me log in. Okay, let us go to OPD module again. So when I click find, system is automatically going to auto-populate the patients which are registered in the name of this doctor on this day. As you can see here, we have the patient name and surname. We have this patient diagnosis, appointment time, medical record number. So basically, this is a dashboard. This is a list drop-down. This is not yet the medical file. So here we have the visual list. They can follow up the patients which results are become already out. You can see it in green color. Then we have the list of follow-up patients. If there are some patients which are on follow-up, they will be available here. Then they can track their inpatients, prescription, and observation. Now, whenever the patient arrives, with double clicking on this patient, the system is going to open, you know, the medical file of this patient. As you can see, this is the screen for entering the medical information, the complaint and other information like diagnosis. Here we have the diagnosis option. As you can see, this patient is diagnosed with Z00 code. This is for the general one. So this is a physician main screen. Here, of course, there are plus buttons already existing, you know, the complaint and history will be available here. So instead of writing on this, the physician will automatically select from the drop-down menu, or we have another option directly to take the history from existing, you know, template to directly, you know, look it and copy it here. So instead of writing one by one. So here we have the list of favorite diagnoses. These are the most used diagnoses from this user. So the physician can usually, they are selecting directly from here. These are the previous visit diagnosis for this patient is empty. Now down here, I can show you, for example, the diagnostic test request, if there is any. For this patient, there is no. Maybe we'll check from here. Okay, scan will be performed. Let us find a patient with already existing results. For example, this one maybe. Yes. So for this patient, you can see the results are already out for the X-ray L-spin. This is a rated result from the radiology system. The doctors can have easily access, and they can also view it from the PAC system. There is an imaging option here. With one click, it will be linked to the PAC system. So they will be able to see, you know, the image through the web viewer with the direct integration. So they will be easily able to see through this screen. So this is a main CPOA, a computerized physician order entry screen. The physicians will work only on one screen, easy to use. You know, they will be able to check the previous visits, also the prescription screen. So everything will be done through same one screen, which is user-friendly with colorful explanations. So they will be using this screen. Yeah, so basically this is the main physician screen. If you have any question, feel free to ask. I think we have reached already.
Just a wrap-up question. Suppose patient don't want to see his identification to only to the doctor. Means then is there any feature available here? Suppose patient is VVIP and they don't want to see his any credentials or any detail to anyone, like some alias or something, so that only the doctor can know that this is the patient and these are the details. So is there any feature available?
This is a good point. Also in UAE, you know, there are some VIP patients as well, and in Qatar also. And for that purpose, we have here the option for VIP patient tag. As you can see here, we have a tag for VIP patient. So once this tag is on, so there will be on the blue bar a tag for the VIP tag, and only authorized staff will be able to access the information of this patient. But beside that, also we have the option for alias to enter. So the patient will be, you know, only known by this name. So we are providing two options, one for VIP and other one for alias option also is available in the patient card.
Okay. So that is available. So that's because this is the main. They don't want to see anything with their name because maybe VVIP or from the royal families or something.
agree with you. There are a lot of patients like this, especially in Middle
No,
East.
here I told you that mostly the patients are coming from the locals, and locals out of that elite patients are there. So
Mhm. Yes,
okay,
yes, yes.
that's-
So
yeah,
you
that's-
can use this. You can
Yeah.
use this option for VIP, and only authorized persons can access, the medical information of this patient.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much, because it's already somebody is waiting for me in the down for the.
So Muhammad, I think we went through. I'm not sure how. What's the percentage
No,
of
it's good. That's why I want to
presenting
just
the
see the.
system?
Yeah, just see the what are the features available. That's not in detail, because for detail there is their own business users.